Good evening. My name is Barry Binliner. I'm here today at the start of SKABB Season 13 to talk to the coach of the Chaos Worfs, Stewart Anderson, also known as Stewbacca. Stewart, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing well, thank you, Barry.
Well, are you sure you're a constantly underachieving coach? Last time we spoke, you were at the start of what was a very disappointing season, managing the Wood Elf team BC Fruit Salad. What do you have to say about how horrendously that season went for you?
Well, I wouldn't say it was horrendous. We made the playoffs and narrowly missed out beating the dwarf team that made it to the final.
Wood Elf should be able to dance around everyone. You barely taught them how to do a line dance. It was disappointing after what you promised. Moving on though, you went to the Dinlow youth team. And then you had 2 average seasons coaching the Pitchfork Pines preschool. What are your thoughts on your disappointing tenure there?
Average? Disappointing? Well, we won trophies in both seasons that I was there. First, the Gobbledygook Glass, and then following that up with winning the championship in the next season. I would hardly say that was average or disappointing.
You flunked out of the cup 2 seasons running, and your vampire team became so ridiculous that they could have won with my dead grandma coaching them. You added nothing of value to the team. You, sir, are a failure.
Barry, mate, you're hurting my feelings. There's more to coaching than you might think. You can't just walk into the dressing room of a Blood Bowl team and expect them to function without nurturing them, encouraging them, motivating them. For example, with vampires, you have to make sure that they're fully fed prior to the start of the game. The nutritionists will work in day and night, but mostly night, obviously, to ensure that no vampire was left without a good supply of fresh blood, to allow them to perform at their very best on the pitch.
Okay, let's say that we accept that your time at the Pitchfork Pines was a moderate and qualified success. How do you respond to the accusation that you lost it completely the following season with the Noble Gases? You went from coaching a championship season to being relegated from the Merties division, only narrowly avoiding finishing bottom of the division. No wonder they kicked you out in disgrace.
Well, I admit that was far from ideal, and I wasn't kicked out. Me and all of my coaching staff, we left under mutual agreements. The new rules that have been brought in, they've shaken everything up. There's a lot of coaches leaving their roles. There's been a lot of available opportunities, and I'm very pleased to be able to walk in to what I think is a high quality club.
Ah yes, that brings me to the Chaos Worfs. You're taking a much maligned team in your attempt to get back to the top tier of the SKABB League. What prompted you to make such a ridiculous choice?
Barry, will you ever cut me any slack? Chaos Dwarf teams have a long and storied history on the Blood Bowl pitch, so I'd say it's far from ridiculous. We've got a lot of tricks up our sleeves with the Sneaky Stabbers and the Flamesmiths. I don't think the Nurgle King division is ready for what they'll see on the pitch.
I've seen the highlights of your final pre-season game. You encouraged the team to stall, and your hobgoblin was rightly punished with a rock to the head from the crowd. I think you're going to have to do a lot of work to win the fans over with the boring style of play that was on display.
I'm here to win games, not friends. I don't care if the stadium's empty.
I'm not sure your employer will see it that way. They need paying fans to be able to afford your ridiculous pay demands.
I've just asked for what I'm worth. The chairman knows what I can bring to this club. When we're back in the Merties division, they'll be raking in the gold pieces. This team is an investment for them.
Investment? But they haven't even invested in a Minotaur. What good is the team without a Minotaur?
Well, we're currently in talks with an exceptional Minotaur named Oliver Wiley. We just need to dot the T's and cross the I's on a few bits of paperwork. We're hopeful that he might join us in a few games' time.
By that time it might be too late. You might already be relegated for the 2nd season running. Well, I suppose I should wish you luck or something, so good luck. You're going to need it.
Thank you, Barry.
This is Barry Binliner for SKABB Vision News. Now, back to the studio.